Dear Diary, so today is Sunday. It's the 8th of September. It's 5:29 p.m. and 36 degrees. So, another new day, another supposed recover day, right? Well, not that much. Because yesterday I slept like an idiot at like 5:30 a.m. or some shit. Yeah, I kept staying up like an idiot just to talk and probably roll with someone. Except there wasn't that much that's been happening inside of playing a few PC games and just brain rotting myself to death with some first videos. You know? So, Mom literally woke me up at 11 a.m. just to order from her car straight to the university to finish up with the registration shit, you know. And eventually, I would be awakened by the fact that the little shit is awake. And, well, I've had to take care of it. So that's an awakening ruined for me. But after that, it was pretty much a regular day. Well, I was just trying to do my best to get myself to wake up, get myself to be ready for the day, you know, eating the most basic breakfast that I could ever have. And, well, just try to progress through the day with anything aside from the brain rotting double speed AVGN videos. Yeah. So, like, literally my sister has shown me a gameplay of Baldur's Gate 3. She has shown me a little bit of gameplay for Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm very sorry, but this is gonna be the biggest fucking hot take, but this shit is overrated as all hell. I'm sorry, but what in the clock-a-mary fuck? I mean, if it, like, all the effort literally went to the graphics of the game, and the musics, and pretty much the entirety of the interactions, and whatsoever. But the entire core gameplay is like D&D, and I've never played any D&D in my entire life, nor I have ever had any good interactions, especially with a game like it that I used to play a little bit from some kind of a bootleg collection of PC games back then, you know. And yeah, there was a game like that was, you know, in between all those other games. I used to play it, and I've had a pretty terrible experience. Like, no, seriously. So you're telling me that Baldur's Gate fucking 3 has won its awards and fame and entire godforsaken, you know, stuff just for graphics, music, and some gameplay that doesn't even match. Like if it was something like Skyrim or Cyberpunk or whatsoever, it would have been nice. It was something that is as good as any other open world games. I would have literally acknowledged it. That fucking game is terrible and overrated. I'm very sorry, but this is my biggest fucking hot take. It's fucking terrible. It has as long as it has that gameplay that is similar to the likes of League of Legends or fucking D&D or one of the Diablo series, I'm literally never gonna acknowledge that shit. I'm very sorry. And to put even more shit onto it, it literally has turtles. Like, you're telling me that developers of this kind of game are giving way more effort to this kind of shit, while our well-known developers of open world and action adventure video games are giving us that shit. Jeez, I'm sorry, but it's overrated as fuck. Like, let me have a game, like, give it a gameplay and a playstyle that is a little bit similar to Skyrim and whatsoever, and I'll be okay with it. This this is pure dog shit type of gameplay. Say what you will say at me, but I'm not playing it. And if I'm gonna try to play that shit, I gotta understand how the hell Dungeons and Dragons fucking work, or Diablo, or whatever other types of, whatever other games that use this similar type of gameplay. Because seriously, I'm not getting that shit. Thank God that I have never seen any of it, or pretty much never played it. Oh. But that's just, you know, the least of my concern. That is really small compared to the current huge problems that I have. And well, registration stuff has been nearly finished. And college is going to be starting at the 21st, which is something that I really did not need to know, because this means I have like this week and half of that other week before I'm able to properly prepare myself mentally, because bruh, only fucking 2 weeks to prepare myself. That is like the week that can be taken to literally, like, get a bag, get some fucking copybooks or notebooks, like get some, I don't know, clothes that would fit with the college, and maybe food that would last for the entire month to take with me, like, and to prepare the entire fucking money, like, hello, what the fuck? 2 weeks, I'm sorry, but 2 weeks is very short for me. Unless in the next few days I have been eventually, you know, been relieved and somehow been mighty better by something that is unexpected. I guess it would be understandable. And then comes my sister with her literally saying, when I've been talking a tiny bit about how I feel about this, she's saying, you basically are still a spoiled child. Yeah, get a grip. And I don't know, that's me still being spoiled, because I am really not ready to be alone for 4 college years. Like, I get it. I know that there will be money coming from my dad, back from Saudi Arabia, transferring money, that shit. And I know that there will be some long distance calls every now and then. But I don't want it like that. Like, I don't want it like that. What if I'm not able to organize my life? What if I'm not able to take care of myself? What if I'm not able to do any of this by myself? Which is literally why I'm pretty much worried, Like, I'm still really not ready for experiencing 4 years of college alone, back and forth. Like, how am I gonna be eating every day? Like, how are we gonna be eating every day? From fucking delivery and fast food? And if I would want to wash my freaking clothes, how are we gonna do it? If we would want to literally have someone clean the house every Wednesday or some shit, how are we gonna pay for that? And how are we gonna be paying for the electricity or the gas? Yeah, it's just gonna be me and my uncle. While everyone else I can literally talk to at a fucking long distance call. Which is close to impossible for me to handle. Like, how am I gonna spend my life? How am I gonna take on that kind of life? And now that I think about it, this has been probably the main problem and probably the biggest concern of it all. Like, the only positive points about this is that I'm at a new university and I'm at my most desired and wanted faculty that I have ditched 2 faculties to get to it. And I would be pretty much alone. And the loneliness feeling, and like the positives of feeling lonely, and away from my parents or whatsoever, would pretty much end after like 4 days or whatsoever. Not because they would eventually come back or whatsoever, but it's because it's getting pretty shitty. It's getting pretty shitty, and I don't know. Just not ready. I'll be pretty much having almost no one except for my uncle and the long distance calls between me and my family, which is fucking no way, dude. Like, and there will be at times where I won't even be able to answer fucking long distance calls due to, I don't know, shitty internet or whatsoever. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm still a spoiled child. But you know what? Being a spoiled child was probably one of the reasons why I was able to get through, at the very least, like 5% of my days. 5% of my pretty much entire school days and my college days during my time at those 2 faculties. But going in and out just to find my uncle in there, probably being alone, is probably one of the worst things to happen. Like, I'm just I feel like that I'm not ready. I feel like that I'm not ready for this. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And to add even more worse feelings into this, like, everything in this has been happening pretty fucking fast. It's been all happening almost very fast that I can't even keep up with it. And I know. It would pretty much not make sense to some, but I still can't even believe that any of this is happening. It's like it's like I'm not even being given any kind of break at this point. It's just way too hard for me to swallow. You know what? I guess there is still a tiny bit of hope. I guess there's still a tiny bit of a positivity in this kind of thing. I mean, a tiny part of it, which is like 1.5%, is that, well, there would be lots of things that I would be able to do, you know, on my own at any time I want. Which is a positive point, but also has a shade point. And like, literally. Because you see, if I was not worried, I would have been pretty much happy about the situation, like way long ago. And I would have been much ready for this kind of thing. But again, with how fast everything has happened these past few days and weeks, and how it is progressing horridly fast that I can't keep up with it. I am so not sure what I'm going to do. But at the very end, there is hopefully a light. Hopefully there's a positive ending and a positive note to all this. Like, any normal person would have been fucking celebrating like crazy or something like that. But then, since that I have literally been getting much more realistic thoughts, then so there are more reality things that have been caught up to me, where being alone has its positives and its negatives. And for my situation, boy, negatives are getting much more higher than the positives, you know? Like, literally, the negative points are getting to be literally, like, for me, for my current situation, what's gonna happen, the negative points, this kind of thing, is going up more than the positive points, you know, which is also a bad sign. And the fact that I'm worried instead of being calm or happy whatsoever is also a bad sign. Almost like completely fumbling that application test was also a bad sign. So you could probably tell that there are a lot of bad signs. Like there's been a lot of bad signs into this. A lot of bad signs. And I don't think that the beginning of that new college would be any better. Like, really. It is just not the best for me, you know? Like, I don't know. But the main point is that I'm still feeling spoiled. I still feel like that I'm not ready to face all of this alone. Like I'm gonna be technically alone at this point, you know. Just me and my uncle and pretty much all the long distance calls. Which is not gonna be helpful. Not going to be helpful. Like I'm going to technically lose my mind. Probably now and probably later on. And 100% at pretty much the first day of college. Because by then, I'm still not prepared. Like that the positive point, that the negative points of being alone is just getting way more bigger than the positive points of that, because being alone is not easy. It's not easy at all, especially when you're having college times. We're guessing that, but also I'm going to give a very slim credit that it's almost quite better than living in a college dorm. Like I'm going to give it a slight credit, which is better than living in a college dorm. Like it's some kind of a fucking Harry Potter Hogwarts shit. And it is what better than living in fucking Havana with my grandma and almost all of our relatives there. But it's honestly not any better than living in my old major. There is also another slight positive point in that I'm gonna be in my own house again. Me and my uncle at our house, and I'm not gonna have to go anywhere further. And I'm guessing, well, the university itself probably doesn't take that much to get to it. But again, yeah, it is far, but at least it isn't gonna be some 6th of October kind of bullshit, kind of far. Because where I live, it's pretty much far away. Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing, while the days go on, as the days go on and everything, I would eventually be able to see the positive sides of this. But for now, all what's in my mind are all negatives and worries and anxiousness. And it ain't fun. It ain't fun at all. As a matter of fact, it hurts me. Like, it ain't fun. It hurts my body and mind. It practically kills me. Like, it is practically killing me. And the fact that I'm going through this is not exciting at all. It's not exciting at all. And, well, I guess maybe I'm still spoiled in a sort of way. But, see, I'm supposed to be this spoiled kid. To have everything taken care of already, whatsoever. All the way until I'm done with my college. Then, after I'm done serving the army, or whatsoever, I would just search for a job. And after I search for a job after I find a job that serves a stable income, eventually, like, I would be ready. But then this entire situation is the total opposite of getting myself ready. No. This is literally jumping me straight into getting ready. This is literally jumping me straight into that shit, and it's not fun at all. It's not exciting. It's not joyful. It's like I said, more regretful and more heart-wrenching than anything. Like, what's even more worse? What's even worse? This is all happening too fast. Too fast. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. But I can't help it. I can't help it. But, I'll be reminded of how fast everything is going and how heart-wrenching and brain-killing this is going to be. By that time, I might not have any more fucking brain to begin with. As a matter of fact, I might not even be, mentally alive. And I'm not even going to be mentally ready after all of this. Jesus. So, I don't know what to do. And believe me, I'm fucking trying my best to distract myself with anything. It could be brain rot. It could be playing on my PS4. It could be distracting myself with anything and everything that is Sailor Moon. Playing my MSU1 copy of fucking Sailor Moon Another Story. I don't know. And it's all not coming together. But then, like, I don't know. I guess I'm going about this the wrong way. But at the same time, I feel like I'm not going great at all. Like, believe me, I'm trying. I've been trying my best to get this feeling off me and to hopefully find a clearing point, a clearing point that would make all of this less painful and less scary and less, heart-wrenching than it already is. It just so happens that it keeps coming back. I guess my conscience and my mind is too powerful to be even, stood up to by any regular distractions. I would try going outside right now, but would it work? Like, would it eventually work? Would it eventually work? Probably not. I'll be going to that local mall that we have at like a few miles away, walking from our house. I'll be going to that other mall that's like also a few miles away when driving. But I feel like it won't serve any purpose. I feel like it won't just not do anything. And the worst part about all this, fucking college is gonna be in 2 weeks, which is this and the next one. So, to try and get mentally better, while trying to focus on what the fuck is gonna happen at college, while trying to literally grasp the fact that I'm gonna be fucking alone for 4 years in college, starting from the first day of it all the way until finish. Seriously, this literally in 2 weeks is not enough for me. No, I need at least a fucking month. Give me a month, and I will pretty much get better at the end. And as stupid as this may sound, but it's just all too much for me to handle. All too much for me to handle. But then I have once heard that the person alone, only the person alone is choosing. The person alone, like, can choose whether to make his days good or whether to make them shit. That is what I've heard. And then I have been also seeing some quotes that are going along the lines of nothing is going to happen unless the person starts changing from himself. Like, I may be a pessimist, but I'm also a realist. Yeah. 'Cause in all seriousness. And frankly, I think more of myself as a realist more than anything. Positive, negative. It isn't really our problem. But what's our problem is reality. Yeah. I guess I'm seeing this in a much more realistic side than anything. Which is literally what we should be doing, because being a realist would pretty much pretty much have you avoid a lot of shit that could come to your way. So, yeah. Well, and to be fair, the least that I could do is just sit down, look at the sky or the ceiling until my head gets clear, until I am ready to tackle the rest of the day. But in all seriousness, I really hope that all of my freaking worries and feelings are wrong. Because I really hope that things eventually go well, that it would go smooth, and, well, it goes alright. I really hope that all goes well. I really hope that all goes well out of all of this, because at this point, I don't know what am I gonna do. If it goes wrong at any rate, I would really not be able to have anything to do about it. I would really have nothing to do about it if something goes wrong. So, yeah. I really hope that all goes well. I really hope that all goes well at the end, because if this goes wrong, then I really don't know what the fuck to do if it went wrong. And most probably, I'll be dead. Probably dead, thrown to the streets or whatsoever. So this is fucking huge. A real huge shit. Oh well. But I guess it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. Oh well. I'm gonna end this here. And if you have listened until this far, I deeply thank you. Because, to be honest, I think that talking like this is pretty much like talking to my therapist. But almost YouTube edition. Yeah, feels like I'm talking to a therapist. Every day with this kind of thing feels like technically a therapy session. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty good now that I have let some of this out. So yeah, YouTube is my therapy place, technically. How sad, huh? But then we're in 2024, and everything wild can happen. I mean, come on, Nikocado fucking Avocado have lost weight. Literally. Nikocado Avocado has fucking decided to lose weight. And in 2025, who knows what else can happen. So, yeah. Everything is pretty much possible at this point. Even nukes coming to our asses as we speak is possible. Oh well. Until next time, please take care of yourselves.